Today we are looking at some of the rarest silver dimes out there from 1953. Now some of these things you can look for on other dated coins as well. So let's hop right into it and start with the 1953 90% silver Roosevelt dime. Now if you guys find any dimes prior to 1964, they are worth about $3 a piece right now just in silver value. So keep that in mind. Even if you have one in bad condition, it's always going to be worth a lot more than 10 cents. In this case, this coin sold for $336 at auction, and you guessed it, because it has a broad strike. You can see that thickness around the rim of the coin. This coin has been broad struck over a $300 dime there. Now this next coin, very obvious mint error. It has a curved clip, something you can look for on all kinds of different coins. Some clips are not very noticeable. They can be very minor on the rim of the coin. This is an obvious clip taking up 30% of the coin. This coin sold for over $100 at auction. Next up is the 1953 Denver minted Roosevelt dime. So if you're not familiar with these, the D mint mark will be on the reverse at the bottom to the left of the torch. Now this is graded at a mint state 68 with the full torch. Here's what full torch or full bands is. All right, so that is a designation that coin grading companies will give your Roosevelt dimes when they are grading these coins. You know, if you have full bands, that will increase the value, or full torch in NGC's case. Now, this coin sold for $675 at auction. It does have some amazing toning to the coin. But just because you have a 1953 Denver minted dime doesn't mean you should necessarily grade it. Because if you look at this coin right here, it still has some amazing toning, beautiful coin, but it's not graded at a 68, it's graded at a 65. Same date, same mint mark, amazing toning, it's got the full bands, but it's 3 grades lower, and the coin only sold for around $30 at auction. Big difference from, you know, over $600. Free silver coin giveaways every Tuesday and Friday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, only on the Whatnot app. No catch, guys. Free silver giveaways. Plus, you get the $15 credit to spend on the Whatnot app. You can purchase any product from any seller and use your $15 credit today. Download the Whatnot app at the link in the comments below, or scan the QR code on the screen. So, something you can also look for on the Roosevelt dimes is a D over a horizontal D. Now here is an image of what that looks like, a D over a horizontal D. Now you can also look for a D over a D, which is a repunched D mint mark. Here's an example of what that looks like. All right, so this first coin here has the D over the horizontal D. It is graded at a mint state 64 with full bands, and this coin sold for $264 at auction. Here is a higher graded version of that coin, 1 grade higher, mint state 65 with full bands, D over the horizontal D. This silver dime sold for $336 at auction. So typically, in a lot of cases, the higher the grade, the more value you will get from the coin. It just depends. All right, next up here is a very obvious error. 1, we have a broad strike, and 2, we have a large clipped planchet here, and this coin ended up selling for $156. I don't think we need to really go much further into that. It's kind of self-explanatory there for that mint error. And this next coin here is the 1953 silver dime without a mint mark. That means that this coin was minted at the Philadelphia Mint. It will not have a mint mark on the reverse of the coin. Now, this coin is graded at a mint state 68, so very high grade for this particular coin. This coin sold for around $550 at auction. But if you look at this same exact date, 1953, graded at a mint state 65 with full bands, 3 grades lower, this coin only sold for around $70 at auction. So keep in mind the grade, which is the condition of the coin, will affect the value tremendously. And some coins can be very risky to grade, because if you don't get that top grade, you don't have a valuable coin. But it's a good thing you can always look for mint errors like this. This coin has a partial collar. The coin is not in the best condition. It's at a 64, which is, you know, pretty typical for a coin like this. It is also the S mint mark, and you'll see that S mint mark on the reverse of the coin. This coin sold for a little over $30 at auction. I think if it sold today, it might sell for a little more, but not too bad for that coin. Now, next up, in 1953, you will also have proof coins, which are much lower minted. They were not intended for circulation to be spent at stores or anything like that, like the regular business strike dime. They will be much more detailed, have that shiny mirror-like finish, and this coin is that proof coin. And it is graded at a proof 69 cameo, one grade off from a perfect 70 grade. This coin sold for over $1,000. Now, something you also want to look for on the 1953 S mint mark is the Bugs Bunny. So it'll look like fangs coming down there from Roosevelt's mouth, and that's kind of why it's nicknamed the Bugs Bunny. You can also look for this on Franklin $half as well. Now here is the 1953 S at a very high grade. This Roosevelt dime, crazy rainbow toning to it, graded at a 68, sold for $720 at auction. And again, we'll see that S mint mark there on the reverse of the coin. Now, if we compare it to this coin is graded at a 65. The last coin was graded at a 68. This coin only sold for a little over $20 at auction. Big difference, you know, $700 difference there. But the good thing is you can also look for an S over an S, which is the repunched mint mark. Here's an example of what you want to look for on the back of your coin with your coin loops and coin microscopes. If you don't have a coin microscope, coin loop, coin scale, coin collecting supplies, I have all of that available at the link in the comments below this video. So that is the RPM S mint mark. Here is that coin that has the RPM S mint mark. All right, but this coin is also graded at a 66. Pretty nice grade for this coin. And this dime ended up selling for $134. Not too bad. Now here is probably what most of our 1953 silver dimes look like. It's pretty rough condition, right? It's only graded at a 40. Pretty beat up coin, definitely been circulated and spent. However, here on the reverse of the coin, you can see that it has a strike through error. So it was struck through a piece of fragment. If this coin was in better condition, it probably could have sold, you know, for hundreds of dollars, but in this condition, the coin only sold for around $40 at auction. So always inspect your coins closely, guys. Again, if you guys want that $15 whatnot credit, it is available at the link in the comments below. Get $15 off a piece of silver, $15 off a piece of gold. I live stream, do coin auctions over there every single week, only on the Whatnot app. You have to click my link in the comments below if you want that $15 off. And don't forget to subscribe in the middle. Feel free to check out the videos to the left of me. And until tomorrow, I'll see you guys in the comment section below. This is Couch Collectibles, and this is where I disappear.